In this video, we'll simplify square roots of fractions using the multiplication properties of square roots. The first example we see has the square root of the fraction 4/9. So we can break this into the square root of 4 over the square root of 9. So we've taken the square root of that fraction and broken it into a fraction of square roots. Now that we've done that, we can quickly see that the square root of 4 is simply the number 2. So that goes in our numerator. And the square root of 9 in the denominator becomes 3. So we now have 2 in the numerator and 3 in the denominator, making that fraction 2/3. The second example will be a little bit less straightforward. If we look at this one, we have the square root of the fraction 28 over 49. And in our last example, both the numerator and denominator were perfect squares. Here, our denominator is still a perfect square, but our numerator is not. So we'll have to do a little bit more work with this one. We'll do our first step of breaking it into the square root of the numerator, so we'll have the square root of 28, over the square root of the denominator, which is the square root of 49. That denominator, because it has a perfect square inside that square root, will simplify very quickly. So the square root of 49 is just 7. The numerator, however, is the square root of 28. It's not a perfect square, so we can't turn it into a positive integer, but we can simplify that radical further. And so what we look for in order to do that is to see if there are any perfect square factors of 28. And indeed, there is a perfect square factor of 4, and that happens to be the largest perfect square factor of 28. So we're going to turn the square root of 28 into the square root of 4 times the square root of 7. And now from here, the square root of 4 is simply the number 2, and the square root of 7 will stay. So we have 2 times the square root of 7 in our numerator and 7 in our denominator. So that fraction, when fully simplified, is 2 times the square root of 7 all over 7.